What's up, y'all? Carmen Chloe of SingleMarriedWidow.com. Today's topic on surviving widowhood is: should you get therapy after becoming a widow? Should you get therapy after becoming a widow? So, therapy can be very common in certain cultures, and then other cultures it could be taboo and something that people just don't do or don't talk about it if they do it. In my culture, traditionally, therapy is not necessarily something that we do or talk about doing. And if you do say you're in therapy or you're going to see a psychologist or a psychiatrist, people will look at you and they'll think, oh, she's crazy or he's crazy, like he's going to talk to a psychologist or a psychiatrist. But I think more and more people are becoming more receptive to the idea of therapy and counseling and making sure that you're attending to your mental health needs. And I definitely believe that you should get some type of therapy or some type of counseling or some type of pastoring, or join one of those grief share groups if you are a widow, just so you can talk to a neutral party about your feelings, just so you can talk to someone who may be experienced with dealing with other widows that have gone through therapy, and just as an outlet to emote and to get out different emotions that you may not necessarily be writing out or journaling, and to get out different emotions and thoughts and feelings that you may not necessarily want to share with your friends and your family. So I definitely think that you should get therapy. I personally have had, I think it's like 3 or 4 therapy and counseling sessions now by 2 different people, and I'm thinking about joining one of those grief share groups as well. I feel like if you have children, that they should definitely get some type of therapy or counseling as well. And you may have to ease them into it, because my children have had a couple of counseling sessions. One of them is more receptive, the other one not so much, because I feel like she's trying to kind of feel out the therapist in the process. But I definitely think it's something that will help in the long run, because you don't want to go years down the line and you get into a new relationship, a new marriage, and you're carrying baggage from the marriage that ended abruptly due to death that wasn't your choice. So I definitely think you should get connected to a therapist or a counselor, or if your church has pastoring, take advantage of that, because I learned in one of my therapy sessions that you can actually carry over grief from like a past death into new situations where someone has passed away. For example, when my father passed away when I was 16 years old, I didn't get any therapy, but I feel like I should have gotten some therapy. I think that would have really helped me to kind of work out some things, because there was tension before my father passed away. He actually passed away while he was in prison. So he was under the custody of the state of, I think it was Alabama, in federal prison. So because I didn't get therapy, I feel like some of that grief kind of translated over into this situation now, where I'm grieving the death of my husband. So I definitely feel like therapy, counseling, getting some type of I don't want to say formal to make it seem all stuffy, but some type of like someone who's licensed and professional. I definitely recommend getting a couple of sessions with them, just to kind of get a different perspective and to work your way through the different stages of grief, which I don't necessarily feel like the stages of grief are like cookie cutter. And I think sometimes you can skip some of them and you may stay in some of them a little bit longer, but I definitely think it's healthy to talk to somebody, especially if there were kind of there may have been tension before in your marriage, or things may not have necessarily been perfect, and then to have your spouse die, that just kind of adds on to it. And then also, if you went through major transitions like me and my children after my husband passed away, like we're in an entirely different state that we never planned on living in temporarily, or however long that we are going to be here. So therapy definitely helps. So I'm an advocate for it. Again, this is Carmen Chloe of singlemarriedwidow.com. Make sure you like this channel, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you know any widows, please refer them to singlemarriedwidow.com. Peace.